All right, we got the local kid, TJ Edwards, joining us here on CHGO. I know a lot of Bears fans are excited to have you here with the team this year. How's it been so far?
It's been fun, man. Just being, coming down the drive and all that, and seeing a lot of familiar things that I saw when I was young. But then we get to, get in here and get to work, and that's been the best part. Just get to know the guys, and I've been having a blast, so it's been fun.
Who was your favorite Bear growing up?
That's tough. I mean, Hester, was Hester. He was the guy that everyone was, emulating and stuff in the backyard. But I was a big LanceBriggs fan, man. I don't know. I thought, Urlacher was Urlacher, and he was a monster. But I thought, Briggs was a little underrated, and I thought he was a killer. So it was fun to watch.
And I don't want to get you in trouble, but you were quarterback in high school. The Bears have always been looking for that quarterback. Did you ever think that you were going to be that guy?
I did until I went to my first camp, and I started watching the other college dudes start to throw. I was like, man, I don't know. I was more of a running guy, so I was like, I think I could see a switch coming for sure.
Have you had a chance to connect with Lance since you became a Bear?
Not yet, but again, man, just to be in the building and knowing the history of playing good defense here is important, and I'm just excited to be a part of it. Excited to get to know my teammates, continue to know them, and build this thing and start hitting the ground running.
I wanted to ask you a question about Philadelphia too. I mean, obviously a really good organization. Mm-hmm. You guys had a lot of success there. What's starting your career there, what's one thing that you took away from Philly that really stuck with you, whether it's just the way they go about their business, their culture, whatever?
Yeah, I mean, when we got there, there was that culture was set. There was a lot of great veterans there that I got to learn a lot from, and Rodney McLeod, Zach Ertz, Fletcher Cox, all those guys, Kelsey Lane, all those guys who kind of set that foundation. Brandon Graham, and for me, as a young guy, that's what you kind of want to get into. Guys who have played football at a high level, and I got there and just continued to start my routine. Realize how important putting good things in your body is, and doing the right things, and being in your playbook. So I took a lot from being there, and the one thing that I see similarities from being there and here is just the detail of what you do. I think that's one thing that gets so lost in all this. We do a lot. We practice hard. We lift hard. We meet hard. But the little things of just being on your right landmark at all times, making sure you're in your right gap, or even just as simple as making sure you're taking good notes in meetings is something that really helps and really matters. And to see that here has been great. And I just want to continue to keep building that and keep doing that here. So.
It's not your department, but I think when people look at the Eagles and try to compare to the Bears, they see that Philly invested a ton in the offense to get Jalen to the next level. Mm-hmm. How would you compare what you saw with Jalen over there to what you've seen with Justin so far?
I mean, it's tough. I think one, just kind of getting here and being around the guys full time for really a couple weeks and a little time in the off season as well. But just being there, there's a lot of speed in the offense, a lot of scheme with the with the zone read game and things like that. A lot of things that they do with Justin, and just playing against this team last year. Knowing how special that dude is back there and what he can do and how many ways he can hurt you, and just kind of going now, you see how quickly he's getting his progressions, and he's making sure you're staying true to your landmarks and making sure you're covering the whole field. And dude's talented, man, so he's going to be fun.
Awesome. I don't mean to bring up the painful ending of last season, but just what did you learn from that playoff run, that experience, what it took for your body, and just how you kind of probably knew going into this offseason and eventually you signed with the Bears that you might be somewhere else, but just what are you bringing from last season now to your new team?
Yeah, I mean, first, the physical standpoint, I mean, this game is all about availability and just taking care of your body so seriously. It's your job, man, and your legs and your body is everything. So I thought our staff in Philly did such a good job of that, of keeping us fresh and making sure on Sundays we're ready to go. And it's a long year, and but just towards the end, I think the one thing that we had was it was a tight group. So there's a lot of adversity in the season, as you guys know, a lot of highs and lows, a lot of things that go your way, and sometimes you gotta scrap to get that win, and we were able to do that. But it's because we knew each other, man. We not everyone loved each other, but we respected each other, and through those highs and lows, you got to be able to lean on somebody. So I love that we're doing that right now, which is getting to know each other, playing games in the back and just hanging out, and because that stuff's gonna take us a long way.
Well, you were destined to win your first Super Bowl in your hometown uniform. That's how this thing's supposed to
yeah,
play out.
No doubt.
Last one here. People tie you out with Sanborn because both Wisconsin guys, but you also were both undrafted dudes. Like, what do you think guys missed on you, which maybe applies to him as well? I'm not exactly sure, but I'm sure you thought that you should have been drafted when you were coming in the NFL.
Yeah, I think it's it's so easy to measure a guy in tights and see what he can do, but it's I think a lot of it gets missed of just good football players and guys who are great technicians, understand how to play the game, understand how to get to the ball, and I thought that's what they missed on me, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And Jack, I knew he was a good player when he got to Wisconsin when he was young, so to see him go undrafted, I knew that it wasn't going to be anything he couldn't handle. It's something where no matter if you're drafted in this league or not, you got to produce, and something that you got to do every single year. So I had no doubt about him. I watched every game he played last year, just watched the tape and see how he did, and I'm proud of him. I'm excited to get to be in the room with him again for sure.
A Badger here too.
There we go. We take pride,
we're
baby.
used to the disrespect.
They always count us out, man. It's all good. It's all good.
It doesn't matter. Don't get drafted in the right spot. Just look at who's in the pros
doesn't
right now.
matter.
I went to Iowa root for Northwestern,
but
Madison's a sweet town.
Yeah.
TJ, appreciate it, man.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
thank you.